Hello and welcome. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to explain you which database to use for your application. So when you are developing an application from scratch, you have two options available in terms of database. One is relational database and another one is non-relational database, also known as NoSQL. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain which database to use in which situation, which database will be your best option considering some cases. So let's dive into this. If you don't know much about SQL and NoSQL, then SQL, which is also known as relational database or RDBMS, is actually a database which represents the data in tables, and the table have some column and every entry will be a new row in that table following the column. So this is the basic structure of a relational database, and in NoSQL database you just have key and value. So it's key and value pair. Sometimes you will have graph store and column store and document store or something like that. In relational database you can perform join and perform different type of query. Since it is relational, it will have relationship between one table to another, which will be by an ID, primary key and secondary key. But in non-relational database like NoSQL, you will not do join operation like relational databases. So which database to use in which situation? For last 40 years, relational database have been in the use. So historically, this is a very stable solution. So if you have a structured data and data actually needs consistency, then relational database as a primary database is your best option for typical web applications. But there are situations when you should consider using non-relational database. So what are the scenarios? The first thing is when your application requires super low latency. So if your application need to perform without any latency in a super speed, then you can use NoSQL like MongoDB. And another case is when your data is unstructured and you do not have any relation in data. Since relational database, as the name says, is relational, but your data which you will be storing have no relations in it, then you can go with NoSQL. And another option is you only need to serialize and deserialize data in your application. In serializing and deserializing, I mean you may need to parse some data from one format to another like XML and JSON. And another important case when you should consider for using NoSQL database is when you need to process massive amount of data. The amount of data is very high, then you can consider NoSQL databases. So popular SQL database, MySQL, Postgres, which is open source, and Oracle, which is good option for enterprise. So MySQL, Oracle, and Postgres are popular relational database or RDBMS. And for NoSQL, the popular options are MongoDB, CouchDB, Neo4j, Cassandra, HBase, Amazon DynamoDB, and a lot more. So based on your application, you will decide which one is best bet for you. And if you have learned something for this video, I would request you to subscribe to my channel to encourage me to make more similar content. Thank you so much for watching.